Howdy, howdy, howdy. How's everybody doing this morning? And it is early as fuck for me, but I gotta take a friend to the doctor in an hour. I gotta get really high, so I figured I'd start off and I'd do this because I like doing this. And then after I'm done with this, and I'd continue smoking and then take my friend to the doctor extremely stoned. Sound like a good idea? I thought so. I hope everybody's having a good day, and as always, don't listen to anything I say. I'm a stoner. I smoke pot. Look, here's my bowl. It's loaded, ready to go. I know it's hard to tell, but there's a green bowl in there, a nice bud. And, uh, I'm smoking my cigarette right now, though. But, yeah, just remember, this is for comedy. Don't listen to me. I'm a stoner, but if I say something that makes you go, then, I want you to look it up for yourself and you decide what you believe the truth actually is. How about that? Good? Okay, let's get into this. Women say they don't need a man and don't need men in the world. I mean, women have been saying for years if they ever figure out a technology to get pregnant without a man, well, the men will disappear. What the hell is that? I don't know. Well, of late, the latest news is in the trans world is that trans women are pushing to get a uterus implant and have kids of their own. So men will be able to have kids without a woman. Now, what will women do at that point? Because soon, if that happens, soon after, men won't need women. You know, I mean, in all reality, what would women do at that point? I mean, all right. Already there's trans women who are biological men taking the number one spot in everything women do. The best swimmer, Leah Thomas, man. Best female weightlifting, Ann Andrews, man. Bicyclist, Leslie Mumford. Beauty pageants, the list goes on and on and on, showing that bio men, are at the top of women's activities as trans women. All this is pushing the truth that men are bigger and stronger than women, and in fact can do what women do, but better. The female soccer team got beat by 15-year-old boys. Um, and this is something that women have done for decades. I remember a very old commercial. I can't remember who it is that is in the commercial. I'm gonna fuck this up and say Jordan. I think it was Jordan. And there's a man and a woman, and the woman was saying, "Anything you can do, I can do better." And then he would go, "No, you can't." And she go, "Yes, I can." "No, you can't." "Yes, I can." Well, it's been proven. I hate to tell you this, ladies, but when I say you, I'm not talking about the people who watch this. When I say you, I'm talking about the people who push the trans platform to get them into female sports and all that other stuff, beauty pageants and everything else. You have allowed men to prove that we can do everything you can do. And if men can start having babies, man, that's it. I mean, at that point, what can women do that men can't? Right now, women can do the number one thing, absolutely the number one thing needed for existence on this planet. And right now, they're the only ones that can do it. Have kids. Have a family. But because of this trans agenda, and then and here's the deal. I'm thinking it's not gonna work. Transplant uterus into a man and then have it work? I don't think so. But we transplant hearts and lungs and livers and kidneys and eyes, and so I don't know how far off we are on that. I hope it never comes to bear myself. I mean, there's a role that men and women play, and I think we need to stick, at least close to those roles, right? We don't have to have all women in the kitchen, barefoot, pregnant, and we don't need all men in the mines digging all day. You see what I mean? There are places for men and women to cross over and do different things, which I think would be good. Because not everybody is meant for that one thing. That's why people are different. So, and then, like I said, women say they don't need a man, they can do anything a man can do, and deserve to be treated equally in position, pay, power, and everything. Equal, like I said, in everything except, like digging in mines, deep sea diving with welding and shit like that, and especially getting pulled over and getting in trouble with the cops. I've been watching a fuck ton of videos, and women they're out of their mind. I mean, in an arrest, they demand a female come search them. No, that's not a right. A male cop can search a female. They have women, and if they have one on duty, then she can come and search. But if not, it's not a right. It's not a right. And if there's no women on duty, it's not like they're like, all right, we just won't search you. No. So they're going to search you. It's a courtesy that cops offer when they arrest a woman. And then women say things like, they don't consent to be searched, or they don't consent for their car to be searched, or this is a good one, I don't consent to be arrested. Like, you could actually dictate how the arrest is supposed to go? No, that's the cop's duty. And when he tells you to get out of the car, you've got to get out of the car. When he asks for your license, you got to give him your license. These are all things that women are saying, I don't give permission, or you don't have my consent. And no, that's not how it works. Sadly. And I say this, it sounds like I'm pounding on women over this, but let me just throw something else in. I didn't just watch women getting arrested. I watched a lot of men getting arrested. And we don't do the consent female bullshit. But there's a lot of men out there that fuck it up for the rest of the men in the world, because they're obviously betas and they act tough at first, but in the end, like 90% of the men break down crying, saying, their career is ruined, or this is going to forever fuck up, this or that, or so. I mean, like 90% of the men pulled over that get arrested start crying. Most women don't start crying. There's a lot of them that throw fits and scream and yell. I mean, some do cry, but I'd guess only like maybe 20% of the women arrested cry. But I'd say like 80% go with this consent, permission, you don't have the right bullshit. And the cops absolutely do have that right. But, you know, they have no idea about what the law is, even though they say they know the law. They don't. They're not even close. A lot of men don't know the law. You know, you got to read me my rights before you arrest me. No. The only reason they read you your rights is when they wish to question you. All right, that's it. But yeah, there's a lot of men that just ruin it for men. But women are really, they fuck it up really bad. You know, I mean, they think they're right and they fight and argue incorrectly that they're right. And in doing so, they get more charges. They get cuffed and stuffed into the cop car anyway. You know, and all the while screaming, "I didn't do nothing," which is a common thing for just about everyone to say when they're getting arrested. I didn't do nothing. That, and when they ask people how many drinks they had, every single one of them, even the ones that get out of the car and they can't even walk. They get out of the car and how many drinks did you have tonight, sir? I had 2. Every time. But these ignorant loser fucks, men and women, have been fucking it up. And here we are. Oh my God, I almost forgot about this, and I can't leave this out. There have been talks about bringing the lockdowns back. And just this morning, I heard somewhere in Pennsylvania, I think it is, they actually did it. They're not waiting. They actually brought the face mask back. They're talking about lockdowns. Oh my God, people, the new variants. I have them here. The new variants are EG5, FL151, and BA286. Now it's EG.5, FL.1, .5.1, and BA.2.86. These are the new variants that scientists and doctors are worried about. And these are the ones that may bring back the lockdowns, face masks, social distancing, and all that happy horse shit. So, I hope not. And goddamn, remember that this is a comedy show, man. This is all jokes. We're all having a great time. Let's take a hit. All right, now like I said, that's it for the news. That's it. I'm done. Like I said, just remember, this is my news, but it's a comedy news. I try to add a little bit of levity to it. Unfortunately, I couldn't today. There's not a lot of levity to be had, except what I put in there. You know, the little quip jokes that are nothing. But all these things that I've said in the past have come to pass. I do, like I say, I do due diligence to look things up. And I do it because I want to know the truth. And then I spread it around because I think people should know. And I enjoy doing it. But like I said, don't take me seriously. I mean, why would you take anyone seriously that does what I do? But if I do say something that you question, then by all means, go, I wonder if that moronic tool, Aaron, knows what he might be talking about. I doubt it, but let's look it up. And that way you get to find out for yourself what you believe the truth to be. Whew, that was a good one. I need a drink, y'all. Oh, good. All right. Leave a comment, hit the like button, subscribe. It's all free to do. If you don't want to subscribe to me, I get it. Nobody wants a long-haired stoner in their lineup. I get it. It's no problem. But if for some reason you feel like you could deal with me in your lineup, I'd love it. But like I said, I'm doing this for fun. I throw a little bit of comedy in there, and every now and then I have my dog do tricks and stuff like that. And don't take me too seriously. But just remember these things are happening. Just like the Ukraine thing and the China thing and everything else that I've talked about in the past. Those things are still going on, by the way, but I don't know. There's so much propaganda. It's too difficult to wade through it. I'm only taking on the broad topics on that. The rest of it. So, yeah, that's about it, guys. Take another hit or two. Because smoking pot rocks. Trying my best not to cough too much here. I'm going to end this and then I'm going to go into my coughing fit like I usually do. Take a couple of little coughs here and there because I gotta. Alright. I gotta go. That's an important call. I love you guys. Peace. Stay high, bitches.